Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, Winged Wisdom. And oh my gosh, let me just first say thank you all. Like, I've been receiving such positive energy, just a lot of energy, period, with new subscribers now and the likes, the views. I'm so grateful. So I just want to say thank you to you all that have come forward. And they're happy too that the messages are getting out. So I'm so glad the message found you all, and it's still continuing to find who it needs to go to hear it. So I just wanted to thank you all, say that first and foremost, to all the new subscribers, and welcome back to the ones that have subscribed. I want to start off first because there were so many messages. I've been getting chills all day from my crown, all the way to my heart chakra. Not so much my lower chakras, but a lot around my head. And I mean, that's where the third eye and crown chakra resonate, or that's where they are. So that's why I've been getting hits all day. I'm very obedient, so I'm here, and I'm going to put out, I had to literally write stuff down. I have messages for both, but this one was heavy on divine feminine. Like they were like, okay, I kept, and I'll get to it, you guys. I am a lot with the divine feminine, but we're going to go there. And I have some for divine masculine also, and some messages for both. Let me first just start with the past life regression that I mentioned to you all that I use on YouTube. The guy's name is Michael Sealey, and that's Sealey. That's the one that I've used a couple of times, and like I said, I do it right before I go to sleep because it works so well with me that, and I actually sleep really good after I do it. It's about an hour long. So, I hope maybe that's helpful for some of you all that are looking to do that because, believe it or not, there are many lifetimes that many of you have had with your twin flames. Maybe not every lifetime, but, several. Some people may have had all lifetimes, with every incarnation that their twin was some type of role in their lives, whether it be a, sibling or spouse or aunt, uncle. I mean, I can go on and on about that, but some type of connection there, and then sometimes not, but they wanted me to point that out. So let me get right to it. Let me just start with the energy that's going around right now. Heavy energy right now because the holidays, this time of the year, for those that celebrate the holidays, it's just very heavy. We have the winter solstice coming up. All that type of energy in the air is very heavy. There's a lot of anxieties, a lot of shifts happening, unions. I had to write this down, you guys. I got animal totems. So for some of you, probably more than half of you have been having dreams of different animals. Could be your totem, or I'm getting protection. I've had in the past a couple of dreams of a Black Panther, and I say dream, but honestly I felt like, I've woken up in the middle of the night and actually felt like I was seeing that in my room. But we all know that for those of you that have experienced seeing anything like that, it's always a shadowy, I've never experienced anything like seeing something solid form, but like a shadow aspect of it. And that just resonated with me, and it hit me that, oh, that's a Black Panther in my room. But they're telling me animal totems. I'm thinking this is a protective thing because, see, a lot of you all are, especially a divine feminine, you all are, there's some of you that are becoming more comfortable in your own skin with loving yourself more and the separation. So it's not like you're waiting, like waiting around for your divine masculine, but you have this sense of moving forward with your life and with things you like to do. And like I said, for twin flame connection, you cannot break that tie. So, I mean, for me to sit here and say, oh, don't even think about them, it's just laughable, right? Like, that's not going to happen. Same thing for them. So anyway, they wanted me to get that out there about the animal, dreams about different animals. So they also wanted me to mention my experience that I had at the mall. So this is just to give you all a sense of you all's power and your energy. So I took my son to the mall and I let him play in the inside play area in the mall. And I was actually doing some schoolwork, and I'm in an online program trying to get a certification with my nursing. So I had my headphones on, and my son came up to me and, you know, mentioned something that he was doing, and while he was playing that, so I took my headphones off and listened to him, and there was a lady that came and sat beside me, and she immediately started to talk to me. Very nice, greeted me, and she said, yeah, you know, my grandkids are over there, and I mean, instantly went into conversation, and I thought for a split second, well, you know, a little rude, because I had my binder in my lap, and I still had one headphone in my ear, so I actually paused the lesson, and she was totally oblivious to it. The lady on the other side of me actually kind of glanced at me. I don't know if she was just picking up on my energy or if she just wanted to see if I was going to do something rude and be like, well, she's trying to study, you know, that kind of thing. But I just let her talk. Something just told me, nope, just listen. So I did. And she went on and talked about her grandkids. And I say she probably just talked to me in general about the mall, and we talked about the holidays, and this went on for about maybe 20 minutes, and then her grandkids came over, and so I used that moment as a way to kind of creep my headphone back in and started listening to it again. Okay, so moving along with the story, eventually, you know, she didn't say anything else to me after that. After seeing I had the headphones in, I told my son, well, it's time for us to go. Got up and went and got him something from the pretzel place that was nearby. And she was in the line behind me. So the lady got up and she came and got in the line. So by this time, you know, I still didn't think anything of it. She started to talk again about how much she liked the pretzels. It's Annie Ann's. I think that's the name of it. Aunt Annie's or whatever. You know, you all know the pretzel restaurant. Or place. I shouldn't say restaurant. But anyway, so she started to talk to me about that. And, you know, my son just kind of stared at her. So we just kept talking. And so we got our stuff. And I just told her, okay, well, have a great holiday. And she said, you too. And, you know, I started to walk away, and something told me to look back. So the lady behind her was talking to her, and it was like a chain effect. Like everybody was in the line was kind of laughing and chit-chatting, and well, before they were just kind of, where everybody was standing in line just waiting. What they're telling me, this is not just divine feminine, divine masculine. This is both of you all. Twin flames, period. There's an energy that you all have to be aware of. They're asking you guys to step back and tap into a little bit of more awareness of your interactions with people and how your energy affects things. Some of you are trying to downplay it. Like, some things happen with some of you all, and they're saying you guys kind of like dismiss it, or like, okay, that just didn't happen. I'm also getting now, they're saying some of you don't like to make eye contact. You all get a sensation when you look people in the eye. They can sense your energy. That's how strong you guys are when it comes to the power that you harness and what we came here to do with spreading the love and light. So that was just a story they wanted me to share about your energy. And just like I said, that's just one example of people being drawn to you. They're saying some of you have known this since very early age, whether it be popularity in school, standing out. You know, some of you have chose a different path other than your family. Your family went one way, you went another way. I don't know who that's for. It's for somebody. I just put that out there. Okay, the synchronicities. I'm just mentioning this real quick. And they kind of showed off with me today. They've done this before, but I had a patient today that was from room 211. And as I was charting on her and was looking at her blood pressure and her heart rate would keep going up to 111. And I instantly knew they were kind of showing off with that. So that's how powerful this is. Just this whole journey, you guys. Okay, so that's that. Let me move on here to Divine Feminine. Well. Big, huge message about empowerment. Empowerment. They're telling me a lot of insecurities. Okay, some of you are focusing too much about the divine masculines. Karmic partner, wife, his or her girlfriend, boy, whatever, energy that you all resonate with. Like I said, it's not gender specific, like I've said in the past, but some of the divine feminine energy is that's plaguing on you all's insecurities. So they want you, whoever this message is for, to know that, we all have flaws. We all have things. We all can find one thing that we think is an awesome, great feature about ourselves. And if you don't feel like you have that, which I find to be like really, really, that really saddens me to think some people feel that way about themselves. But, like I said, we all have something. They want you all to kind of embrace that. So the suggestions that I got was from my guides were play empowering songs. Like one of my favorite female empowering songs is Beyonce's Run the World. The girl, you can find a girl power song. There's so many of them out there. And there have been some mornings that I actually just played that and listened to it, and I actually felt it just gave me a pick-me-up. They're even saying, wear something sexy for yourself. If you're going to go out with friends and you have gorgeous hair, do something different with it. Really play it up. Just do something to make you feel really good. Embrace that. Just embrace it and run with it. You all are beautiful souls inside and out. Don't allow whatever the divine masculine is doing with karmics or whatever the case may be, even if you know who the karmic is or have seen them, the connection that you have with your twin, that doesn't hold a candle to what you have. We're talking about an energetic connection, something that your counterpart cannot have with another soul because you're the same soul split. So it's not possible for them to have that connection with someone that's, let's say, could be a soulmate for them, or it could be just a karmic lesson for them, or could just be, I have to put it out there, they're saying even dark energy. There are some divine counterparts, masculine and feminine, that are with that are with souls that have been tainted a little with dark energy. Because remember I told you guys the dark energy will use whoever's vulnerable. And they know what you all are. And it's very hard for them. I think it's impossible, really. I just heard impossible. Like you're so protected. For them to try to infiltrate your being, if you are strongly resonating with God and angels, and for them to try to infiltrate that, like you're so protected. Let me just say that. But other souls that may be a lower vibration, they will use them to try to infiltrate things. So okay, so just putting that out there about empowerment. Loving yourself, your curves, your flaws, play up those great assets that you have. Because they wanted me to point this out, that when you all do get in a funk about being alone, being single, some of you are, your energy is picked up by your family. I'm getting some of you, the children are being affected. The pets, even. You get an assault, and they're picking up on that, or it's even affecting the household. For those of you that have family, there are some of you that don't maybe live alone, have a roommate, maybe. And they're saying maybe a little harder for you all because sometimes friends aren't available to talk to or hang out with. And you have those moments where you have to kind of be alone. Don't wallow in that. Just don't. I know that it's hard. It's like, well, if nobody's around, I mean, what do you do? And then, maybe you're purging or healing, but some of you, it's not so much that, it's just the feeling of being depressed. My suggestion would be what may be helpful is comedy. I'm a big Netflix buff. Movies. So even if you just don't feel like staying up and watching anything because you just want to sulk, I don't care. Find something funny on TV, find a movie, and just play it. Even if you're just listening to it, and do something that's going to trigger that and transmute that into a different feeling. Don't stay in that vibration and hang there. Just try your best to get out. Go for a walk. I'm hearing walk outside, nature. Books, reading. Yeah. Those are the suggestions that popped up for that. Children. For those of you that have children, I'm getting children that aren't with your twin. I think a lot. For the ones that do have children, I would say the majority of the ones that have children are not with their twin. Like the child is from something different, previous relationship, previous marriage. You all's children are very gifted. And it's for a divine reason. So I'm getting... a lot of you all have children that are very empathic, crystal children, indigo, psychic warriors. So sometimes the divine will use your children to speak to you, especially very young children. I'm getting like 4, 5, 6, 7. But yeah, just got that little tidbit. Okay. Oh, and healers too. That's what they're saying also. Okay, so yeah, just divine feminine. Keep hanging in there. Some of you are starting to come around, and they're really happy about that. They want it to keep going. Some of you are getting there. It's still a bit of a struggle. You're purging and healing more. But I promise you, it'll get better. It'll get lighter. It won't feel as heavy. Things that you might have cried and got upset about before, when it comes up again, or when you're tested and triggered. Because they're saying sometimes we test you to see if you are staying grounded. And a lot of you are getting it. It's coming around more and more. And the more we all try to do, we help each other as a collective with that. So that's a great, beautiful message. And you guys should be really proud of yourselves with that. Okay. Divine masculines. They are okay. So they're telling me with the holidays, they're divine masculines all over the world. But for some reason, they're showing me like snowy scene, or like colder weather, which it is the winter time, but like some places where divine masculines are, there's not really cold weather. But this is that time of the year where family is emphasized, togetherness, so there's this sense of them wanting something. They're seeing more of it when they go out. For the ones that are in karmic situations, they're out with their karmic partners, but they're feeling like something's missing, or they're thinking about you. It's so funny. I don't know. I keep hearing this is a cozy time of year. I think that's my guides saying that. But you are being thought about, divine feminine, and this is something they wanted me to share. This experience that I had, and they're saying some of you are having this as well. I find myself looking at pictures of myself. Now, let me tell you, I'm not a vain person. I know what I look like. I don't have to sit here and pull out an album and look at pictures of myself. But I find myself doing that sometimes, even on social media. I'll pull, I might go on my Instagram page, and I'm actually looking through my feed, and then I'm kind of like moved to look at my page. I know I'm like, what is that about? And they're telling me that, well, that's not you, that's your counterpart. Because there is this longing energy now. There's this energy of there's shifts happening. May not necessarily be specifically union. For some of you all, it is. It's the start of that magnet going the other way. For some, there's going to be a push and pull. There's going to be a little bit of back and forth that has already happened for some of you. For some of you, they're saying it's going to start push-pull. So, even though that's happening to you all, there's going to be possibly be another pull away, and then back again. But yeah, if you find yourself doing that, in the past, I've done that. I don't do it as much, but I have done that before. And so they wanted me to bring that up, that now some of you all are doing that, where you look at your picture or look at pictures of yourself and like, okay, that's kind of weird. But anyway, that's them. There you have it. And vice versa. Some of that's going the opposite way too. If any divine masculines are listening, same thing. You may be looking at pictures of yourself and you're like, okay, what's that about? Where is your divine feminine? He misses you, and they're telling me crave more fulfillment. So remember what I said from the last message they gave was that he is changing, coming into more realization. And like I said, for some reason, the energy around this time of the year is really pushing it even more. So this is another message I'm just getting to along with that. They're divine feminine that are really on the brink of union. And they're saying that you all are getting intuitive hits and dreams, just feelings, visions, deja vu feeling like, okay, have I done this before? I've thought this before. Just out of the blue, you all are at work and then a feeling pops in your head or something that feels familiar. They're saying that that's a confirmation you're on the right track. They're saying that yes is a sign that you are coming into your unions very soon. The message they want to put out there is for you all to stay grounded, because they're saying that some of you, it's causing some of you anxiety. Feeling like, okay, I'm surrendering. I'm not supposed to be having an expectation, and you all kind of get like, it makes you anxious when you get these visions and feelings or dreams of them coming back to you, or you all just being with them, or just something familiar where you're sensing that they're coming around. Very, very, very small amount are like, oh, screw that. Like, you're just not ready to even go there. Just talk to them about that. Talk to your guys about that, where that feeling is coming from. Go within about where that's coming from. Because even for the small amount that have decided they don't want to do this journey, very small amount. Listen, I don't know all that goes on in the divine realm, but there's exceptions, and I don't know what's going on in everybody's journey, of course, but all I can say is that, they're saying there's some very few that are like, they're gonna have another divine relationship that may not be their twin, but that is such a small amount. I think the majority of you that are listening are not on that. Because first of all, those ones are probably not listening. They're probably done with this anyway. So that message is probably just something I'm putting out there that they're giving me. But anyway, what was I saying? So this is what happens, and I think that was a little bit of channeling too. Yeah, but anyway, this other message that's coming in. Okay, so the divine masculines are missing you and they're craving more fulfillment in their lives. This was a big message I got, and I actually got it 2 days ago. And it is to allow the masculine energy, allow the divine masculine to miss you. Because when that happens, there's power in that, and there's a sense of, I don't know why they're saying magical, but it triggers epiphanies, it triggers ascension, it's triggering growth. They're not going to wonder about what's always available. If you're always available, if you're reaching out to them, and if you're still holding on somewhat to that chaser energy, I feel like most of you are starting to let go of that or have let go, but there may be a little bit of you that still are. You are holding up the next phase that needs to happen. And, allow them to wonder and think about you. And when that happens, see, there's an energy shift at play with this. So they're saying allow that and trust in them to assist in that and focus on yourself and, continue to love yourself and have fun and try to find joy in the so many blessings that you have in your life. So that was one main message I wanted to get out real quick for you all about that. Let's see here. I think that is it. I'm just looking over what I had written down, and that's what I have. They also saying that the divine masculine is questioning what does he want out of life? What is he doing with his life? He has some doubts. There's some doubts popping up, and then there's some ego trying to keep him afloat, I guess. He's kind of dipping in between the doubts, and then the ego kind of wants to hold on and pop up, and pride. But I can tell you that it's probably making them a little more confused too. And I just want to just put this out there too for the divine feminine. You guys lead the way. You guys are the leaders with this. They're saying most divine feminine energy has awakened first, and you've gone through meeting them and having that bliss and being triggered and separation and hurt and pain and all of that. They're saying, could you imagine going through all of that without attaching the twin flame journey to it, and just having to wonder what in the world is this great connection, this emotional connection that I have with this person? That's what the divine masculine energy is going through. Some of them, I think, they're telling me some of them do know they're twin flames, or some of you may have mentioned. They're saying maybe the most have not, or they don't know. That they don't know about it, or they're very dismissive about it. Like some of you may have mentioned something and they were not very receptive about it. But there's difficulties on both ends, but they're just trying to, I guess, give you all a picture of what the divine masculine energy is having to go through. And for the divine masculine that are listening, that's even a blessing that you all are at the point of coming into your spirituality more, and going towards what you're divinely destined to do and to go towards. So kudos to you all too. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm like energetically drained. But like I said, I'm very obedient. I get it out, and I'm happy to help in whatever way I'm led to do that. So yeah, feel free to comment, like, share, suggest. Let's stay positive. I probably, unless I'm really strongly led like I was tonight to post the video, I'm probably not going to be doing that over at least the Thanksgiving holiday. Unless, like I said, unless I'm led to do so, then I will. If any of you all have a question that you all want me to address through that email that I'll leave in the description box, feel free to do that. And if I am led to answer it, I will try to answer it before Thanksgiving. But if not, that's fine too. And we will all be in touch soon. You all have a great night. Take care. Lots of blessings and love. Thank you.